Frozen 2 just came out, and now it's time for us to do our spoiler-free review for you.
But the question is, was it as good as Frozen?
Whether it is or not, Jessica, you just need to let it go. Welcome back to Eye to Eye, Disney Through Our Eyes. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Jessica.
And it's time for us to do another movie review, our, I think, 10th movie this year for Disney Marvels. Too many at this point. Again, Jessica, let it go. We've seen too many, we know. But it's time to review.
Actually, you should let it go because that song is not in this movie.
Well, you know, but there's like an anthem similar to it in this one. How about that?
It's not Let It Go.
Okay, well, this is your spoiler-free review for Frozen 2 from us right here. So you are okay to watch this. We will not reveal any of the plot or major details, but we're going to give you an idea of what to expect and maybe some reasons to like it, maybe one you won't like it at this point. And then obviously, rated at the end of this was always very interesting because Jessica's ratings are a whole lot worse than mine. Yes, they are. Don't
What does that even mean?
It means that
I have a higher level of critique.
It just means that I choose to be happy and not hate things. How about that?
I don't hate things.
I know.
The only thing I've hated...
no, it's...
Let me bring up A Wrinkle in Time again.
We can agree on that one. That's enough. We bash A Wrinkle in Time too much. We're here about Frozen 2, so let's talk about that one. 3 reasons to go see Frozen 2. Why don't you start with our first one?
My number one reason is the music.
Well, it's a Disney movie, so you expect the music, right?
No. This had Weezer in it, which is an automatic, like, pulling my heartstrings. You know, 90s girl, early 2000s, like, Weezer is... They had this ballad in there that reminded... I even turned to Kyle, I was like, this is like a Meatloaf song. Like, it's like a 80s ballad. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, maybe this is early 90s. No, it's Frozen 2.
So, here's the funny thing, is I think... Instead of just going full-blown, let's recreate another great Frozen soundtrack for this, they kind of made fun of themselves a little bit with that particular song that you really loved in there. And when you said Meatloaf, like, I don't know exactly what that means, but I have an idea of what that means for that song that you're talking about.
Ballads, love songs, lots of, like, electric guitars.
Yeah, it's very
piano,
like pining and like, you know, that kind of thing. So you kind of get an idea probably what that song is about there. Yeah. There's obviously a love story a little bit in this one. Very funny love story throughout this because it's almost like, it kind of felt like my entire like story of, well, actually not when I met this one. I let her chase after me. So, you know, there is that.
10,000% a lie.
The music was great, though. Obviously, the signature song is Into the Unknown. Let It Go was the signature song in the last one. What do you think about that one? Does it compare?
Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Into the Unknown.
What? Panic at the Disco is like the group that sings it?
It's already, like, getting on my nerves. Kind of like Let It Go.
Come on. Yeah. That's so much better.
I'm already over it.
Why?
It's fine.
You are over this one, but not over Let It Go? You would rather sing that one?
Honestly, yeah. I don't know. Into the Unknown, it's the pitch. Something's off. I don't know if it's because, I don't know. There's a little dissonance in it. I'm not a fan.
Dissonance, that's a big word for a review.
Sorry.
Going right above my head right here. So, I mean, overall, I think that they did a great job of recreating the magic of the soundtrack. It's not
a bad song. Don't get me wrong.
I know.
I just prefer the other song.
The other song. You love the Weezer or Meatloaf song.
It's Weezer.
That one's called Lost in the Woods.
Lost in the Woods.
And either way, whether you're a fan of that one, this one, or any other song in this, I think you're going to find something for everybody in it. Because apparently it's 80s and 90s music in it too. Second reason that we really think that you're going to love this one here is that lovable guy, Olaf. He steals the show again. How does he do it?
I mean, honestly...
Is it just Josh Gad? Is that funny?
He is. He is, for sure. I didn't expect Olaf to have as big of a part in this movie.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I don't know. I guess just watching the trailers, I was like, oh, he's going to be a really minor character. Nope.
Nope.
Olaf, I feel like, has a bigger part in this movie than he did in the first movie.
And again, he tugs at your heartstrings too. How do you go from seriously just being a ridiculously funny character and maintaining that throughout, and then all of a sudden there's just this like heart-wrenching moment and he like just nails it and you're like, oh god, man, why are you doing this to me, Josh Gad? Hilarious. I mean, he plays, I think, in this one, like a baby that's rediscovering the world because he's asking like all these deep questions.
Yeah, he asks all these philosophical questions. And you're like, who are you? You are like
You're a
snowman
snowman.
with sticks for arms.
Why do you need to know these things? Do you even have a brain at this point?
Apparently he does, even though he sticks his carrot nose through it.
He's got another song in this one. I didn't really like this
I
one
didn't
as
either.
much.
It reminded me a lot of the sound of in summer.
Very like
Da,
that kind of thing. But besides the song not being as good in this one,
It wasn't bad.
His character though, and the funny moments in it are just great throughout.
Yeah.
We don't want to say where, but there are two monologues in this one that are absolutely. This one over here was just dying during the monologues. Why'd you love that so much?
I don't know. It was just perfect. It reminded me a lot. I'll tell you why. Actually, It reminded me a lot of the Frozen show.
Oh, the sing along. The Frozen sing along down in Hollywood Studios.
Thank you for helping me. Yes,
I got there.
It reminded me a lot of that, and Olaf's not even really in that, so I'm not sure why. But the humor was very similar. I don't know. I just really liked it. It was very comical. It was satirical. I like that.
All right, so reason number 1 was the music. Reason number 2 was Olaf. Reason number 3 is what for us?
I don't know. You picked number 3. You're supposed to know.
God, come on, you can do this one.
Okay, Kyle picked world building.
World building because I think a sequel shouldn't just stay in the same place.
I agree. I think that's good. We learned a lot more about another place.
They did.
Can't really tell you much.
You see Arendelle for a little while, and then we move on from that, and we go take a journey somewhere. And what are you laughing at?
Take a journey somewhere.
We take a journey somewhere into the unknown.
Oh.
And we go check out some different places, some different people, and different culture, I think. I think one of the cool things of this is I think I need to do a little research myself, but I have Norwegian heritage, and I think there's some Scandinavian stuff that's plugged into this that I wasn't aware of, but it just kind of, some of the names, some of the words sound like they kind of match that, so I need to do a little bit of exploring. No? What? I don't know. You now are connected to a Norwegian culture just because you married me.
Pretty sure you're like 1/16th.
We've done the
500.
I was 1/16th Norwegian. Thank you very much.
Okay.
My great grandmother was Norwegian.
If you were 1/16th, don't you think you should know a little more about the culture and not learn it from a Disney movie?
Anyway, we have that in common. Me and Frozen and Frozen 2.
Okay. Well,
but in terms of world building,
so basically, you and Olaf are brothers.
Exactly. That's exactly. I kind of look like him. Little pudginess going on here.
At least I didn't say it.
But also with world building, they do a great job of building into the backstory of Elsa and Anna.
Like into the unknown.
Yes, there it is. She finally found a way to work that one in. But they tell a little bit, more about their story. And also, you don't want to talk about it a lot here. But did you think they did a good job of building that?
There was a couple parts I was actually a little confused.
Yeah. And
that kind of made me feel sad since I'm an adult in a kid's movie. And if I'm confused, where are the kids going to be?
But if you watch this movie, it's very good for kids and adults because what the kids are going to enjoy about this movie is really well done for them. And for the most part, it's done well for the adults as well. Because, there's jokes that adults will get and kids won't, thankfully, in this one. And that's all we'll say about that much there. But music, the world building, and Olaf are our 3 reasons that you should go see Frozen 2 if you have not. Now, let's, temper, our love of the movie with maybe a reason you will not like it. And our reason for not liking it is...
I love how you point to me because you always say I'm the negative Nancy.
You're the angry one in this group.
No, I'm the realist.
Okay, whatever.
It was a little dark.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Well, can we? I don't want to say dark though.
You literally typed dark.
Okay, so maybe heavy is a good word.
It's darker to us than the original.
Okay.
But not bad. Like, it wasn't scary.
There are some things that I think that kids would probably have to ask a lot of questions about in terms of things that happened throughout the movie and like, did that really just happen? I don't understand, is she or is he?
But to be fair, we went to the movie. There was this little boy in the theater. I mean, he was like a preschooler. He was little. And he asked questions throughout the whole movie. So if you're basing it upon what he asked questions about... Right. He asked questions the whole movie. He's like, Mommy, what is that? Mommy, what's happening?
There were definitely some like life philosophy things in there that I don't think kids are going to really understand.
I don't think I understood them. Who are you kidding?
Right over there into the unknown. That's the 3rd time we walked through that song.
So that's basically what we think about Frozen 2.
So reasons to love it, but also a reason maybe you won't love it as well. It's time to rate it though on a scale of 1 to 5 on how likely you would be to see it again.
In theaters or in general?
In theaters. Like,
because that's completely different.
I know, that's why I said I think it takes a lot of effort to make you want to go back to a theater to see it. Obviously, Avengers did for us. The Lion King did for me. Where does this rank on that scale, 1 to 5?
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah.
I wouldn't choose to go see it again in theaters just because you don't need to see this movie in theaters. There's nothing like theatrical that you have to see in theaters. You could watch it.
It's not like
the company of your home and be fine.
It's not like an IMAX spectacle,
right?
That kind of thing.
But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like really enjoyed it. So if someone was like, "Hey, you want to come see it?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." I could be convinced.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to watch our top 10 video now for Disney movies of 2019 to see where we rank all that later on down the line. For me, I'll agree with Jessica on this one. It's a 3 for me. I'm definitely not going to rush back to see this, but if I was out with someone and they were like, hey, let's go watch Frozen 2, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to hate going to see it again.
Yeah.
Great music, great story. Just, you know, it's
I might be less confused if I saw it again.
I don't know if you'll ever be less confused, Jessica.
Okay.
But that's our rating for it. And we would love to hear from you down below about how you rated the film if you have seen it. But a big question that we have coming out of this is, will they make a third? And I think it's a great discussion question in the comments for you guys to tackle. Should they make a third Frozen movie? So Frozen 3.
Frozen 3.
Frozen Forever, if that's what they want to call the third one.
If this one was Frozen 2.
I wish they really had said Frozen more, or Frozen...
Unknown. Into the unknown.
Frozen. I don't know. Anyway.
Frozen Pop.
We are wrecking the titles for this. Let us know down there in the comment section below what you think about those questions, and make sure you vote in our poll as well. What else should they do?
Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos.
And that's all we have for this edition of Eye to Eye, but until we assemble again,
May the Force be with you.
and we'll see you real soon.
Bye.